Let's get a closer look at this class. Mel Tucker, who is the head coach of the Buffs, is with us now. Coach, Yogi and I were just talking about your class. Congrats, by the way, on the success that you had even last season, creating a lot of buzz around this program. I want to circle back to some of the in-state guys. I had read an article the other day as I was preparing for this show, and I found it interesting that some of the in-state recruits had said the amount of energy that you infused into this program became really attractive to them. There was a time when CU was down, and then they won the South, and then kind of dropped off a little bit, and here it comes. Some of the games that we had on Pac-12 Network, I mean, it was bonkers on television at Folsom Field. How important is it to make sure that the in-state guys know that CU is not only a destination for them to stay close to home, but to win some football games? Yeah,
it's huge. We have to do a great job recruiting our state. That's a big goal of ours, and we have to show the players in our state that we can win games. And so we came in and we preached the message of, being relentless and toughness and running the football, stopping the run, just playing great football. And it was kind of like a wait and see type of deal. And as the season unfolded, I think everyone could see that, we're moving in the right direction. So our state is energized, our in-state recruits are energized, and so we feel like we're going to be able to do a much better job recruiting our state.
Yeah, Jayle Stacks being one of those guys, running back, a big back today. You got depth in your backfield. What's his skill set like? And then, to me, the best back who signed in the Pac-12, whether it's December or now, is Ashaad Clayton from New Orleans.
Yeah, Jayle Stacks is a 225-pound back. He's built low to the ground. He lost some weight this year, so he's quicker, he's faster. He's got great balance and body control. And we wanted a guy that could really push the pile. A guy that could get the tough yards like late in the season. And so, he's a guy that we targeted, and we're able to get him.
Coach, I remember being on campus in August before the season started, and I think there was so much hype, and rightfully so, around Laviska Shenault at the wide receiver spot. Your entire core, though, at that wide receiver, it is insanely deep, and I don't think people realize that. And sure, Katie Nixon creates a lot of buzz on social media and certainly some plays on the football field, but how confident are you in that unit having a ton of success, even though we're not exactly sure about the quarterback spot right now?
Yeah, Coach Shev has done a great job recruiting that position. We have a lot of depth at the receiver spot. We have length, we have speed, we have toughness, we have willing blockers in the run game. KD coming back is huge for us. We're gonna have a trigger man. We got 3 quarterbacks that are going to compete in the spring for the starting job and through fall camp, and so we feel like our receiving core can match up against anyone.
Brendan Lewis being one of those guys, Coach. We got to see a little bit of Blake Stenstrom in the SC game, but this guy, he seems like a true dual threat type of player, played impressive in high school. He's already there. What have you felt from him already being on your campus?
Yeah, Brendan Lewis he's exactly what we were looking for. He's an excellent pocket passer. He's got a strong arm. He's got really good touch, on the short and intermediate throws. He's a guy that can make plays with his legs. He's a guy that can do, everything we want him to do. He's a great leader. He's come from a great program, very well coached. He can do everything we want him to do. So he's going to be a great player for us.
Coach, in this day and age with college football, a lot of teams will dip into the transfer portal for a little bit of a quick fix. When you lose a guy like Steven Montez, you're highlighting some of the younger talent there. Did it ever cross your mind or your staff where you might look at a potential transfer at that spot to give you some experience and be a little bit of a stopgap to a younger guy?
Yeah, we always monitor the portal. We feel really good about the 3 guys that we have with Tyler, Blake, and then Brendan coming in. And so we'll have great competition this spring. And then we'll see how it unfolds. But all of those guys can play football for us, and it's going to be a great competition.
Coach, I grew up on the East Coast and was very familiar with Teddy Ginn and very familiar with that part of Ohio. You go today and get Will Anglen, a safety. You're from that state. What's it like for you, to walk the streets in your home state to go get a player? I'm sure you're signing autographs and kissing babies the whole time, and then go get a guy like this who's a pretty long, athletic DB.
Yeah, this kid's already, 6'2", 195 pounds. He can do a lot. Very versatile. Punt returner, kick returner. He plays quarterback. He can play corner. He can play safety. And it just is. I've had a lot of success recruiting kids from Ted Ginn Sr. out of Glenville High School, and he's another one of those guys.
Is that something else that we're going to see over the coming years? Obviously, the Pac-12 footprint is really important. You highlighted keeping in some of those in-state guys, but your experience with big-time programs on the other side of the country, it looks like based off of this class, that's paying dividends for you.
Yeah, we're going to recruit nationally. We have some ties in SEC country, and so, we're going to use them. It doesn't matter to me where the players are. We feel like that we can recruit these guys to Boulder, to Colorado. They'll have a great experience. Everyone that visits here loves it. They love our coaching staff. They're bought into our culture. And so we're very aggressively recruiting places like Georgia, along with Texas and California, making a real strong push in the state of Arizona. We'll go to Ohio. We'll go to Michigan. We'll go wherever we have to go to get players.
You also go to Louisiana. You got a special back today, Ashaad Clayton, coach. Was he a lock? Did you think you were going to get him the whole time?
Yeah, well, I felt really good when the papers came through this morning. He is a highly recruited player. He's a guy that we targeted, long time ago, and we just stuck with him. He came here, he visited, he committed. He and his mom love the place. It was a good fit, and he's a big part of this build. We want to be able to run the football. We want to be able to have multiple backs. We want to be able to wear people down, and this young man he is a special player. He is a true difference maker at the running back position.
Coach, I heard your interview on SiriusXM that Yogi was on with Guy Haberman. We were doing a simulcast on Pac-12 Network, and one of the things that resonated was you were talking about some of the guys, and you said, hey, you have an opportunity to play right now for this ball club. Who are some of the guys that are in this class that we can expect to see in week number 1 have an impact for the Buffs?
You know what? I've told each and every one of these guys to come in and be ready to play. That's one of the big selling points we have here is, we're going to play the best players. We proved this year in our first season that we'll play freshmen. We'll start them. We did that in the secondary. We did it on the D-line. We did it at the running back position. And so, all these guys know if they come in, they get in shape, they'll come in and compete. If they're ready and they earn a job, they'll be out there playing. And so whether it's Christian Gonzalez or Brendan Lewis or Brendan Rice or Jalen Stryker or any Ashaad Clayton, any one of these guys, these guys are going to come in, they're going to compete, and we're going to play the best players.
Well, the arrow right now is clearly pointing up. You mentioned a great place to play college football. It's a great place to live. Every time I'm in Boulder, man, it is awesome to be down or up there on campus. Coach, continued success. Congrats on this class, and looking forward to seeing you in a couple weeks.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.